Good morning everyone. Today is a travel day and we don't normally film travel days because they're pretty boring, but because we're trying to do this daily vlog thing, we're going to take you along today. You can join us if you like. It's a bit of a cold, wet-ish day today in Munich, but good news is that we only had about a 30-meter walk to the train station. Bad news is that we have to take our suitcases down these stairs. She's a macho woman. Getting public transport tickets in Munich has been really easy. You just come across one of these machines, and what we've been doing is just putting in the journey and it just tells you what type of ticket to get. It costs us about €3.70 each time, so a little bit pricey each. But it's also just tap and pay. So we haven't even got cash out yet this entire trip, which is pretty impressive. We did come with a little bit of euro, but yeah, so far so good. The other thing that's made things really easy here in Munich is that a lot of the public transport has Wi-Fi, like very functional Wi-Fi. Like the other day we were on the bus and Stacey was streaming on YouTube. So pretty impressive. It's not all lines. From my experience, it's the S-Bahn and then a lot of the buses. We're getting the U-Bahn now to go to our train to then bring us to our secret destination that you will find out tomorrow. Okay guys, as you can see we have made it to the train station, however we have no idea where our train is, so I am looking after the bags and Stacey's gone to solve the mystery. You found our train?
I think so. It's very confusing because when you book a ticket it says like your end destination, whereas when you get to the lines they're often going to somewhere else. So it'll be like your train number, but it'll say like Budapest, and we're not going to Budapest. So it's like, it makes no sense. We've taken 2 trains on this trip. This is the second. Both times the reservation system hasn't been working. It shows you above the seats if the seat's reserved or not, and it's not working. So we just kind of have to sit down and hope for the best. We have arrived in our destination and we can't check in for another hour and a half, so there's nothing else to do but come to Macca's. And they have curly fries. Oh yeah, way better than normal fries.
The difference literally just that it's curly?
No, they have a different flavour. Okay guys, we've made it to our Airbnb, which is exciting. This is our first Airbnb of the trip. Won't tell you where we are yet. So this is our Airbnb. This is like our bedroom area. It's quite nice. Got our little table. Come across here. Dishwasher, oven. Stovetop kettle. Guys, we're living luxury here. I think that's been one of the hardest things about staying in hostels. While they were like nice, cheap for Europe, like still not that cheap. Most of the hostels we've stayed in so far, even in Singapore, didn't have any facilities. Like up until Prague, which had a kettle and a microwave, we weren't able to heat up any food or put water in our food, and so we really couldn't make anything, which is why in like Amsterdam we had like chips and dip for dinner and things like that. So to be able to actually cook, it's gonna be great. Pretty smooth train ride except for the bloody seat reservations. So when we got on, I think we mentioned they hadn't updated yet to say which seats had reservations. Not long later it did update, probably about 20 minutes before the train was meant to go, so updated. And for those who haven't taken trains in Europe before, so what they'll do is say your train's stopping at 5 different stops, it'll say, you know, this is booked. It doesn't say numbers, but it'll say destination. So it'll be like from stop 1 to stop 3, this seat's booked. So if you're, say, only going till stop 3 and a seat says it's booked from stop 3 to stop 5, then theoretically you should be fine to sit there, right? So our seats that we originally sat in had bookings, so we moved before the train even left. And we found seats that were only booked from the stop we would be getting off at. So we were like, great, we're all set. Also, there was like no free seats. Like we found a couple, and they were all in the family zone, or the family carriage or whatever it's called. So we sat down in these seats, and then probably 2 or 3 stops, maybe 3 stops before we was meant to get off, someone got on and said she'd booked our seat. And we were like, well, this says no one's getting on till this stop. She was convinced. I'm convinced she'd booked that seat number in a different carriage, because I'm pretty sure the numbers like repeat. So I think the family carriage is like a separate booking. But it's so chaotic when everyone gets on and everyone's getting off. So we were just like, whatever, we'll move. So we ended up standing for a while because there were just no seats, and then we found seats that were next to each other, like across the aisle. So note to self, even if you have to pay for a seat reservation, I would maybe do it, because it's very chaotic when the train's constantly stopping and people are coming off and getting off, and then you're all comfortable and all set up, you've got all your stuff out of your bags that you're using, and then suddenly someone's booked your seat, and then you have to get up and pack everything up and go find another seat, and you're trying to get past people. So it was a bit frustrating, bit of a frustrating trip, but we made it nonetheless. We're now gonna go to the shops and pick up some groceries because we can finally cook. First time in 3 weeks we're gonna be cooking. It's pretty exciting. Our budget is happy. We'll check in with you. Okay, we've just gotten back from the supermarket. We picked up our pasta, which was our main goal. Got some pasta sauce, and I'm gonna start cooking dinner. It's quite early, it's about 4:30, but we haven't really had lunch. I had curly fries, which you would have seen, but thought I'll cook up some pasta now. Guys, this is my first time cooking in a while actually. We've been away 3 weeks today, and we were living with Rosh's mum before that, so we did a little bit of cooking, but mostly we were very lucky that she cooked and prepared a lot of the meals for us. So it's been a long time. Even 3 weeks is a long time to not have cooked. Pasta's pretty easy. I can't really screw that up, but I'm actually very excited. 1, to have just like a cooked meal, and 2, to have a really, really, really big bowl of pasta. I did it. Also, I'm wearing a hat inside because I had my hair up before, as you might recall, and now it's like super puffy. So I'm trying to tame my hair while I cook. Dinner is ready, guys. Look at this masterpiece. It took me so long to make, so many different steps. Oh my god, that looks so good.
All right, that's our day, guys. It was a big travel day today. It's nice to get in and settled in this Airbnb. It already looks like it's our home. We've made a real mess. Stacey made some lovely pasta. I did some editing, and then we sat down and watched a show that we're watching on Disney Plus. It's called A Small Light, and it's about Meep, who is one of the helpers that helped Anne Frank and her family. It's really interesting to watch now that we've been to the Anne Frank house and have obviously been learning so much about the World War II. And as expected, it's quite sad already, but very interesting nonetheless. Tomorrow we've got a big jam-packed day. We're very excited to bring you with us. It's gonna be a day full of fun, activities, trying new things here in